Namaste, Aparna ji.
Namaste, Adiguru Prakriti ji.
How are you doing?
Good, good.
All right. I would like to start with something related to your work and things that you are doing, and how is it helpful in spreading dharma and wisdom of Sanatana Dharma all around?
Um, that the question you just asked is very close to me actually, because I started my education. I'm talking about the graduation basically with Sanskrit honors, and I'm not willing to pursue it because I'm willing to pursue my designing passion and want to be a fashion designer. But it all started. My family told me my family is a family of teachers and engineers. So my family, mainly my mother, told me that this opportunity is like that. That Sanskrit teachers are very less in schools.
Yeah.
So it will be good if you pursue that. And designing is a passion or a hobby you can pursue any time in life. So I thought, okay, like like जैसे हम अपने आज्ञाकारी बच्चों की तरह. I said,
Obedient
okay,
child.
yeah, yeah. And then the journey I'm just letting you know because it is a start. How divine captures you, how
Yes.
divine holds you. You must have seen one picture in which Shiva has a hand on you and he is holding your hand is like and कहा जाता है कि परमात्मा ने आपका हाथ पकड़ा हुआ है.
बिल्कुल.
So it is like that only that Sanskrit has holded me, wants to hold me. I continue my studies in Sanskrit honors from Delhi University, and by the grace of God, I topped the university. I topped my college. I got many scholarships and certificates for that, and that develops my interest into Sanskrit. And besides my passion in designing, but I thought that I must give another chance to Sanskrit and go for the masters. Then I took admission in masters also. Then this is how it came very well. Again, I topped my final year, and then again there is a passion for becoming a designer. But my mother wants me to be a teacher.
Yeah.
Then again, I thought I should again give it a try if I am into a merit list of the university.
Mhm.
So I got direct admission to PhD. Haven't done my MPhil because of my marks. And then my mother told, no, don't go for lengthy kind of a thing. It's a PhD is a lengthy process of 5 years. So it will take your whole life. Don't go. I thought बहुत आसानी से एडमिशन हो रहा है. I'm into merit list. I don't have to pay any donation. I don't have to pay any to write any certificates or anything, any testimonials. There is no requirement. University is asking me to do this, and also neither I know that God wants me to do this.
Yes.
So I wholeheartedly pursued my PhD in Vedic studies.
Yeah.
That's the main point I want to relate with. Now, once I've completed my PhD, then I realized, oh, this is a treasure of knowledge. And today, I've been doctorate from last 15 years now. So day by day is a research for me. Every day is new for me. And every day I'm feeling that I'm not Aparna. There is some divine grace on me that I am pursuing this and I'm acquiring every single. It is a new feeling every day, new experience.
So, how did Sanskrit connected you with Dharma, with Paramatma, Brahma? How did that transition happen for you?
Um, Basically, the kind of field I chose my subject Yajurveda,
Okay.
and in Yajurveda also, I have completed My basic area of research was Shatpat Brahman and Tetriya Brahman. That is the Brahman Granthas of Yajurveda, the white Yajurveda and the black Yajurveda. Shukla और कृष्ण जिसे कहते हैं. And these two texts are basically based on the ritualistic practices of that time. And even though, even today, if we like to perform any yagya ceremony or sacrifice here means yagya. I'm
Ah,
talking about the
yes.
altar, not about any human sacrifice or some animal sacrifice.
And
Because
nobody wants to be
generally,
jailed.
and generally there are some questions always arose about this that do we have sacrifices during that time? Sacrifice is an English term given to the yagya ceremony.
Yeah.
So while studying that, I've seen that if you want to study Brahman Granthas of Yajurveda, you have to be first fully recited the mantras from the Yajurvedic Samhita.
Okay.
That these are the mantras, that is the prayers or the stuti or the Vedic hymns for to please the divine, and then after you perform the sacrifice, then there is though you will have a materialistic gain like in the form of kettle or prosperity or
Right.
santati, that is the progeny, but uh, the divine aspect of it or the philosophical aspect lies in the Upanishads. So once you study the Brahmanas, you have to be fully recited the mantras of the Yajurveda. You have to be very much into deep thought of Upanishad, mainly the Yajurveda Upanishad. So this chain, then it this equation comes becomes full,
Okay.
complete.
Okay. So what is the importance of, having the correct pronunciation of mantras?
Yeah, that is again a good question. Generally, I took classes, and students from various backgrounds asked me if I don't recited the mantras in a correct way, whether we are going to have the full benefit of it or something like that. See, I personally don't chant mantras because
Okay.
my training is not into that. And but yeah, I know how to pronounce Gayatri mantra, how to pronounce Mahamrityunjaya mantra when I have to do any job or anything for my personal benefit, for my health. If I want to do, I can do my Mahamrityunjaya job and other mantras also. But see, studying Vedas, there are three things. First, the Shruti Parampara.
Okay.
In the Shruti Parampara, the teacher is reciting mantras
Mm-hmm.
and the students, the Guru Shishya Parampara, I'm talking about that. The student sitting beside to him, sitting next to him, keep on reciting the mantras. So that parampara, that Guru Shishya Parampara is still alive in India in the Vedic Pathshalas. There, students and teacher reside at say one place and they keep on reciting the mantras. But they, with this practice, they may have the acquire the full text into their mind. उन्होंने learn कर लिया. They have memorized each and every text of whatever shaka they are following. Shaka means stream,
Okay.
like they are following like for the basic learners, I must say there are four Vedas: Rig Ved, Yajurved, Atharved, Samved, and then Atharved. And then each of the Vedas have their own shakhas. By shakha I mean that their like if you teach your students, you must have your own style, you
Okay.
must have your own recitation and pronunciation and other things you will add to that. Similarly, if I teach my students, I may have my own style. But we are following the same set of principles or the same mantras. Like you are also teaching Rig Veda, I'm also teaching Rig Veda, but your style is different, my style is different, your pronunciation is different, my pronunciation is different.
Oh, okay.
So this is how shakhas developed. So in the prehistoric times, we have numerous shakhas or the streams of each Vedas. Now, with time, with invasions and other things happens happened into the Indian culture. Many of these shakhas got misplaced. Sometimes they have their learners even are not there. I mean, if you are
Yeah.
people like to follow your shakha, so they must have forgotten mine. So this is
Yes.
how we are now left with two or three shakhas only
Okay.
of each Vedas. Like in the case of Yajurveda, we have, um, I think we had about 100 of shakhas, out of which 86 were belongs to the Krishna Yajurveda and 15 were belong to the White Yajurveda
Okay.
or the Shukla Yajurveda. Now, but out of those 100, only two are left now.
Oh, that's
One
a
is the
sad story.
Shatadram, the Shukla Yajurvedi Vajasneyi Sangita,
Okay.
and the other one is the Krishna Yajurveda ki aage char hai. So, Tetre Sangita, Maitrayani Sangita, then Kapishtalkat Sangita, then Kathak Sangita. This is how. So the shakhas have now the totally completely not available to us. So about the chanting part, what you have asked me. So as the teachers were less now, so
Yeah.
people, yeah. So people, so there are ways. Firstly, one can only recite the mantras, but they hardly know the meaning of the mantras. They only know how to recite. So their chanting level, their recitation level is very high. They know what is the pitch, where to high, where to low, where to make like uchai udat, nichai, then this
So
uh,
they all chant it according to the Samaveda principles, right? The Samaveda
Samved principles, yeah.
style.
Because
Yeah.
mainly Samved has many mantras, sometimes their own, sometimes its own, sometimes it has mainly the Rig Vedic base is there for the Samveda
Okay.
mantra. And Samved is basically a musical text of
Yes.
Veda.
Yeah.
So, and other thing, one about the recitation, I said that many people are not aware of it. That is one way, and the other way is the university pattern in which I have studied. They told us to study this book, this book, this book.
Ah,
So we have learned that. So we know the meaning of the mantras,
okay.
but we don't know how to recite that.
Ha.
But there are other people also from the Gurukul Parampara. They know the text, they know the recitation as well. So many of them has now joined university for the higher studies. So you may find people either know only the chanting, either know only the meanings, or you may find people they know both the ways. But again, no, there is nobody who can say that I am the master of all Vedas
Yes.
because it is too lengthy. Yeah, we have surnames Chaturvedi,
Ah,
but it doesn't mean that he has memorized whole Rig Veda, whole Yajurveda. It is such a vast knowledge,
yes.
such a vast. I don't
Yes.
know how to explain the vastness of it.
Yes, yes. And then comes the third level of people where not only that, you should know the recitation, you should know the meaning. In the end, you have to become the living mantra. You have to live
Living
it.
one,
And that
living.
is when you forget about the language completely and the living aspect comes that it is completely imbibed in your own existence.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And sometimes this people may sometimes ask me that should we go for the first we should memorize the mantras, then we should know the meaning, and then living aspect is hardly comes to their mind,
Yeah,
hardly.
yeah.
But actually, what I told them that go for the easiest one. Don't go to the start the Rig Veda from the Pratham mantra Agni Mirya Purohit. No,
Yes.
no, no. That is not the way for the journal people. For
Yeah.
the journal layman, go for Bhagavad Gita.
Ah.
Go for Puranas. Learn the stories.
Because
Recite the.
ultimately the purpose was to elevate your own, raise your own consciousness. That's the
Yeah,
purpose. And
yeah,
if it
exactly.
can, in some people, it can be raised through recitation. In some people, it can be raised just by imbibing the meaning of it. They are so mesmerized by the meaning of it that it hits them very hard. And that's when the change in consciousness happens for them. And sometimes some people just go on living it as a truth within them.
Mm.
That's the ultimate goal. But yeah, people have different goals when they start chanting or when they start learning meanings. They do have
Mhm.
different goals.
But
So how does, yeah, go ahead. No, no, go
but
ahead.
if you start with Bhagavad Gita, say somebody is a layman and wants to pursue such studies, so you will find that when you come across the mantras, slokas related to the karma
Right,
philosophy or the Gyan philosophy or the Upasana marg or the Bhakti marg, then you will see that I should go into deep into this.
right.
Then you don't have to go to the Puranas or the Ramayana or other thing because they are from the later period. Then you have to go back. You have to
Yes.
touch the Upanishad. Then if before Upanishad you will see that no, I should relate it with the first mantra, how Agni was evolved. Then you will touch the Rig Veda.
Ah,
So in a descending order you should go. This is my main plea to all.
yes, that is so true. So how does Yajurveda helps a normal person, common person, live their life in a dharmic way? What can they do from Yajurveda?
There are many sort of principles given in Yajurveda. Yajurveda is like a repository of knowledge. It's like
Okay.
encyclopedia. Many things are there. They told lot of things related to your living world, but you have to deep down into it. And like first of all, it is a text which is based on the uh, ritualistic thing, like that is the yagya. So what is yagya? What is can you ever think, may I ask you, Adi Guruji, that what do you think as a what is yagya?
It's Ahuti, Samarpan, Ahuti for me as a yogi.
The
And the
yogi.
best thing I offer is myself, my egos,
Best
my
thing.
vritti, my ahankar, everything subtle that is there, that is not serving me anything.
So this answer is actually from the yogi person. This
Yeah.
answer, who knows what to offer to the god.
Ah,
My ego, my everything.
yes.
What is to offer? But in case of the layman,
Yeah.
when I ask them what is yagya, so they say it is havan. We do
Ah.
in our homes. Okay. ठीक है, final. But as per the Yajurveda, Yagya is a process which maintains the cosmic order, the equilibrium of
Oh.
the natural entities and you. You are also a natural entity, a living entity of the Panchmahabhutas,
So
the five bodies.
Yagya and Havan are two different things.
No, no. Actually, Yagya is a term for the from the Vedas.
Okay.
And Havan is the layman word, which I feel.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know the
Okay.
etymological meaning or the grammatical उसका start कहाँ से हुआ. But for a layman, जो हम like in North India, we usually say let's do Havan. बहुत दिन हो
हाँ.
गए negative energy घर में है. Let's do
हाँ.
Havan. We never say यज्ञ कर लेते हैं. यज्ञ is
हाँ.
a word which belongs to a Purohit family or somebody who is belong to a Brahmin family and something
Somebody
like
who
that.
may know the overarching process and the
Yeah,
purpose of doing that.
yeah. Maybe in the South Indian families they are more into this, so maybe South Indian families will say yagya, but North Indians will say
Okay.
havan. So it is like that. So I'm talking in sense of layman now.
Okay.
The words yagya and havan. I was describing that. So the firstly, it is based for the to balancing the cosmic order. You
Right.
give something to the nature, and nature will give it back to you in the form
Okay.
of like rain or something like in the form of fruits from the trees. Once you uh, once you offer something, then only it will come back to you. That is one point I'm discussing in a very short. Then second point is there is a concept called um, devata, dravya, and dan.
Okay.
That is also uh, uh, the point which I want to make you understand the Yagya philosophy. Devata, you are Devata for me right now. For example, you are Devata. I'm considering you my Devata, and Devata doesn't mean God. जो हम सोचते हैं, no. Somebody for you for whom you are going to offer something.
Okay.
And I am, I being myself, considering myself that I have something to offer to you. So, and what is that? So I can give you, I can offer you. There is some sort of dan towards you.
Okay.
I'm the मैं आपको divine समझ रही हूँ. You are such, so you are divine, having powers. Some power you have, you can give it back to me if I please you,
Okay.
or if I have something, I should offer you that thing. So what is that dravya? Now what is the dravya? Do I have to offer some money? No. Do I have to
Mm.
offer some food? No, nothing like that. So what is to offer? See, like I am offering my time to you,
Right.
my knowledge to you, and you are also offering your time to me, your knowledge to me. So this is how we are doing yagya here.
Oh, okay.
You have to consider त्याग भाव जिसे हम कहते हैं.
Ah,
आपके पास जो है उसे वो आपने त्याग करके दूसरे को देना है. ठीक है. उसके लिए त्याग भाव अंदर से नहीं आएगा.
so
ऐसे नहीं आएगा कि
beautiful.
आपने आपने मुझे कहा कि अपर्णा आप ऐसा कीजिए, मेरे लिए कुछ त्याग कर दीजिए. दैट इज नॉट पॉसिबल. उसके लिए मेरे मन में हमेशा ये रहना चाहिए कि इफ शी इज आस्किंग समथिंग, आई शुड कंसिडर हर डिवाइन. वी शुड ऑलवेज कंसिडर अदर लिविंग बीइंग्स और नॉन लिविंग इवन एज डिवाइन. सो जब हम डिवाइन एस्पेक्ट उनमें ढूंढ लेते हैं, तब उनके लिए हमें जो ऑफर करने वाली फीलिंग है अपने आप सेल्फ जनरेटेड हो जाती है. एंड व्हेन देयर इज अ सेल्फलेसनेस,
Ah.
जो सेल्फिशनेस हुई ना, दैट इज धर्म.
Mm. Very beautiful, very beautiful. That it's not just about sitting with the fire and a kilo ghee and kheer and this and that. It's not about that. As long as you are connected to somebody or something, some higher divine power, maybe your parents or anybody, there should be a process, there should be a feeling of selfless giving, and
Yeah.
it may come back manifold without asking. So,
Yes, yes.
yeah, that is so true. So, how do you see this Sanskrit as a language connected to the culture that we are, the Sanskriti that we have? What's the connection between the two, and how important Sanskrit is for our day-to-day life?
Um, Very simply, if we offer some prayers to our divine, any divine, in any belief, whether Hinduism, Islamic, or anything, when you offer prayers, so it should be in your language,
Yeah.
in the way you connect with the divine. So if if we don't know Sanskrit or the mantras, or how can we connect the in the better way to our divine? So for that reason we may say, हम कह सकते हैं शिव जी हम पर कृपा कीजिए. बट अगर हम ओम नमः शिवाय, तो आप देखेंगे ओम नमः शिवाय कहने से आप करेक्ट ज्यादा कनेक्ट हो पा रहे हैं. ये मैं ऐसा समझती हूँ. तो
Mm.
हमें अपनी लैंग्वेज को पहचानने के लिए, like for Bhagavad Gita, if I say that there are too many readers of it.
Um,
That's why I'm giving example again and again of Bhagavad Gita. Too many readers. We may get many translations of that holy text, but again, if we recite the shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, we connect better to the entity, better to the divine. So this is how we must know our Sanskrit, first of all, Sanskrit as a language, and also to connect better with our own roots, our culture, our Sanskriti. We must know our language in which the subject or the text is written or came to us from our ancestors or the our acharyas.
Yeah, even modern scientists have done research that those who study Sanskrit or speak Sanskrit, maybe in the form of mantras or chanting or something, and they may not be necessarily the day-to-day talks in English in Sanskrit, but at least mantras and stuff like that. So their prefrontal cortex actually develops a lot more, and
Mhm.
prefrontal cortex is this area which also develops when you start getting into deep meditations and samadhi. So it's
Mhm.
just like saying instead of 7% of or 10% of your brain working, your 60-80% of brain and neurons start becoming functional if you adopt Sanskrit as the language. But again, I would say those Westerners, those who cannot pronounce Hreem, Shreem, mantras like that, the tongue where the tongue, you have to roll the tongue to say the
Yes.
R properly, otherwise it's not going to work. So it's language, especially the Sanskrit and mantras, to me are more like geometric diagrams. You're not getting that pi square if your geometric diagram is incorrect. For that, you're not getting a Fibonacci series if that diagram is not correct. So yantra and the mantra, they are sort of connected. What kind of geometric form is being created by the sound that you are making? So
Mhm.
that's how I see it. But yeah, it's so important that we need to include Sanskrit as much as possible. So what can people do to teach their kids, especially the Westerners? What do you think they should do in order to teach their kids? And I see that even in the Western countries, the Indians that are living, at times they are a little bit confused about what to start, where to start for children, where to start for themselves even on this
Mhm.
path of little bit of learning and increasing your brain power, your focus, your concentration, and your ability to perceive the world properly.
Yeah, exactly. For the children, basically, I suggest, or even for the parents who are living outside India, the best way to understand the Indian culture or the roots or the dharmic values, I must say that they should go for the moral education books that are
Okay.
based on Sanskrit learning or from the Vedas itself or for the Bhagavad Gita. I can suggest like Hitopadesh is one such book.
Okay.
Hitopadesh, that is from the Bhartrihari, Mahakavi Bhartrihari. It says, and there are many other books which are related to Niti or Netikta or the ethics. So there are many such books. Yeah, you can say that Niti Shatak, again from the Bhartrihari, that is in the Sanskrit only. Men, you will, जैसे होता है ना, अयम निज परो वेति,
हाँ.
ये जो है ये मेरा है ये तेरा है ये और लेकिन जो उदार चरित्र वाले लोग होते हैं उनके लिए तो सारा समस्त जो जगत है वो एक परिवार की तरह है. तो इस तरह के जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, सच कॉन्सेप्ट्स वेयर यू विल कंसिडर होल ह्यूमैनिटी एज योर ओन फैमिली, whole
Ah,
world as your own family is like the
very
even in the
beautiful.
Yajurveda, in even in the Yajurveda you
Yeah.
will see yatra यत्र भुवनस्य एक नीडम, जहां पूरा संसार जो है द ग्लोबल यूनिवर्स या ग्लोबल वर्ल्ड वॉट एवर यू विल से इन मॉडर्न टर्म is like one nest.
Yeah.
We all are residing in one nest only. Whether I'm in India or you're in Australia or somewhere else, hardly matters. But we are in the universe, in the nest of the divine. If we think like that, and such sayings and such principles are given in the Sanskrit text, and that is available through various moral education books, which are easily available. And if you search the internet, you will find plenty of them. Just write in Google that moral education books related based on Sanskrit, and if you are much into it, just write based on Bhagavad Gita, based on Vedas, based on Ramayana, based on Mahabharata, based on some like I said, Hitopdesh, some books on ethics, ethical value, something like that. Or you can even say for the youngsters, not the children, youngsters or the teenagers, you can write. Um, Search books like that, the books which are related to develop your positive thinking,
Ah,
your personality development on the basis of Vedas or Upanishads. Just write like that, and you'll get plenty of books related to your. They can be into various languages as well.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
easily
Easy.
available. Many people are working in that area.
Okay. Yeah, because earlier I used to look for such books like 11 years ago, especially for children. There aren't very many books available. And then I thought, how am I going to teach my son? And he was, 11, 12 years old. And I thought, what could I find? That's when I got that Oxford Hindu philosophy course, which I read myself and realized, no way I'm teaching my kid this. It was full of adharmic text and adharmic stuff and everything. It's imagine Westerners and that too such esteemed universities in other people's eyes. They are the esteemed universities, right? Oxford, Columbia, and all these. And the kind of Sanskrit courses, Hindu philosophy courses that they have come up is nothing but adharma, complete adharma.
देखिए एक्चुअली आदि गुरु जी मेन चीज ये है कि हमारे जो इंडियन सेटअप है जो फैमिली का इट इज लाइक आई इफ आई हैव किड्स इन माय फैमिली आई कीप
Yeah.
ऑन सेइंग देम उठो सुबह उठो पहले जाओ दादी को दादू
Ah,
को विश
pranam
करो
karo. Ah,
प्रणाम करो विश करो इवन यू से गुड मॉर्निंग
yes.
इट्स
Mm.
ओके बट द प्रिंसिपल इज यू हैव टू विश योर ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स
Ah,
प्रिंसिपल इज लाइक मेन वो है अब चाहे आप किसी भी लैंग्वेज में कर दो कि हमने प्रणाम कह दिया नमस्कार कह दिया गुड मॉर्निंग कर दिया राम राम कह दिया मेरी खुद की हैबिट है राम राम करने की
जी.
वो जैसी फैमिली में हम रह रहे हैं हम वैसे ही करते हैं
हाँ.
लेकिन अभी क्या है कि दूसरे जहां हम वेस्टर्न्स की बात करते हैं वहां मैं अक्सर नॉलेज में मेरे आता है बिकॉज आई एम एसोसिएटेड विद वन इंस्टीट्यूट there in the US. So we have group of
Okay.
people discussing these things that even the parents don't have right on their kids once they cross the teenage. So that is their philosophy. And in India, what we have that, or we can say in the dharmic perspective of this thing that we keep on engaging ourselves with our parents, and parents are also rely on us that our kid will be here for us till we are here whether we are 100
Interconnectedness, yeah,
independent.
interconnectedness is not seen as a dependency or
Yeah.
something very bad in Indian culture. And that's why we still have joint family system and lot of community support system and everything working. But here in the West, if a child is living for too long in the house, it is by others, it is seen as something wrong is going on. Something is wrong with the child. If your child is like in 20s, early 20s, and they're still living with you, eating with you, they're living under your roof, not paying rent or anything, it is seen as something like something is wrong with the child, something is wrong with these mothers and this family itself. Why? Because they should have been out by now. But what they
हाँ,
don't realize is because it's shameful, it's I say it's a denial of interconnectedness that we
yes.
see here, that you are in denial that we are interconnected beings. We will
Hmm.
live with each other's support and help, and it is okay to live like that. It is way
Yeah.
much better to live like that. And then in the Western countries, we see the complaints of loneliness.
Yeah, exactly.
Even
That
among the
age old
teenagers,
phones.
depression,
Hmm.
all time high, depression, anxiety because of the loneliness and fear and this and that. When you have
Hmm.
somebody around you, then you
Hmm.
see it as something wrong. But when they are gone, you suffer from anxiety and loneliness. What's the
Exactly.
point? Yeah,
What's the point? And even मैं देखती हूँ हमारी फैमिलीज में जैसे अगर छोटा बच्चा भी है इवन टीनेजर्स भी मेरी खुद
yeah.
की भी हैबिट थी अगर स्कूल से हमारे कुछ अच्छे मार्क्स आए हैं या कुछ टीचर ने अप्रिसिएशन कर दिया तो मम्मी को बताएंगे फिर पापा को बताएंगे फिर दादी को दादू
Everybody.
को सबको बताएंगे
Right.
मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई मम्मी को बता दिया तो चलो हो गया नहीं
No way.
अनाउंसमेंट करना ही
Everybody.
होता था एवरीबॉडी तो अभी क्या है कि ये हमारे रूट्स में है अब हम इसको कहें कि वी शुड टोटली वैनिश इट अप बिकॉज नाउ द चाइल्ड हैज ग्रोन अप टू 18 years that's not
Uh,
possible.
Again, the same thing, age, the physical age of the body has nothing to do with your resilience, emotional, mental, physical resilience, or the strength, the ability to face the world, to face yourself in certain circumstances. All that should not be equated with some number of
Hmm.
that the body biologically has achieved.
Yeah, yeah. Even Even if you are, I think, if your parents, if somebody's parents are there in the at the age of 80 or 85, and you are about 50, 55, so even then also you have then on you will feel that we have the same feeling like we had in our teenage, that go and tell the mama that I have
Ah,
finished this thing, I have got this thing, I have got this much in my company and
connectedness.
everything.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
This is
So
really
that's
beautiful.
actually dharma. That's actually
Ah,
dharma.
Dharma. Dharma is something that we live in our day-to-day life. It is
Mhm.
so embedded that whenever I ask somebody to define dharma, it seemed like such a vague thing. Where to start?
Actually, in one line, if I have to say dharma, see, it is not like the religion or belief
No,
we are following. It's not
correct,
like that. It's actually
correct.
a way of life.
Ah, way
It's
of life.
actually a way of life. The kind of life I am living, how much right it is.
Yes.
That's defined my dharma.
Yeah, true, very true. So, what message, Aparnaji, you would like to give to the Western audience when it comes to dharma, when it comes to anything related to your work, anything that you would like to teach and give a message to, especially the young people, the younger generation? And we have a lot of Indians here, lot of second and third generation Indians living here, a lot of young population outside.
Mhm. See, the kind of, there is a term in our Indian roots, Manorbhav.
Okay.
So what is that? It is basically uh, जो हमारा मानव धर्म है उसको पहचानने की बात है कि ह्यूमैनिटी को हमें पहचानना है, तो ह्यूमैनिटी इज एक्चुअली धर्म. अब वो कैसे आएगा? हाउ इट कम्स विद द वे ऑफ लाइफ, लाइक द इंटरकनेक्ट द if I summarize my thoughts which I just shared, it is related to the interconnectedness with your family, with your loving ones, with your social being a social being, with your with your nation, with your society, firstly. Secondly, with the त्याग भावना, with the सेल्फिशनेसनेस होनी चाहिए कि सेल्फिश नहीं होना है आप. Totally, you have to be contented within you, but at the same time you have to maintain that social equilibrium, the cosmic order, by the thing of feeling of tyag, or the sacrifice for others, live for others. Even in the Ramayana we have कि हमें परहित के बारे में सोचना है,
Uh,
दूसरों के बारे में सोचना है. When you have that feeling, that automatically comes to your nature, your स्वभाव. And when your स्वभाव develops like that, your thinking develops. So the equation is like this. Firstly, what kind of thoughts you perceive, it should be positive firstly. Those positive thoughts will automatically generate in your emotions. This will give you the interconnectedness to your family, society, nation, or the universe as a whole. Thirdly, those emotions then turns into your what I say, in your behavior, in your how you behave in the society, how you behave in your family, how you behave as a globally. Then those that behaviors develops your karma, your actions. It speaks about your actions, and then those actions then finally tells your destiny, where you will go, where the path sets, how what kind of path is there to travel on, to walk upon. So this is how, from your thoughts, your destiny
is
is there.
decided.
Yeah, is decided. So in short, if I say that, if you are I don't know, I will not say that come to the path of dharma, come to the path, or leave the path of adharma. It is up to you how you will decide your destiny. That's the summary.
Yeah, being responsible, 100% responsible for yourself, for your
Yes.
actions, for your thoughts, for your speech, all the karma
Yeah,
that you do.
everything.
Yeah, that
Ji.
is that is so beautiful. Any other message, Apanaji, that you would like to give to the people living here in the West?
Um, Basically, one, as I just mentioned about the thoughts and thought and related to the destiny, final destiny of yours. So now, when talking about the thoughts, or as also, there is a concept in the Vedas, Swadhyay.
Ah,
Swadhyay means self-evaluation,
very
self-realization. So I feel to develop your own thoughts. See, if I say कि मुझे आज रातों रात ही मैं positive thinker हो जाऊं, ऐसा possible नहीं है. I have so much in my life going on right now. I cannot be a positive thinker all the time. I There are negative thoughts around me, and keep on positive thoughts से भी ज़्यादा जो hammer करता है head में, that is the negative thoughts.
correct.
So in that case, to have to acquire the positive thoughts from your negative situations as well, you have to be self analytical. And for that self analytical process, you what I usually do for myself, and even I suggest for others to do, that आपने पूरा दिन बिता लिया. Once you are lying on your bed and you are thinking, now I have to go into my deep sleep or the resting position. Just do one thing. Just keep a chart, a clock ticking in your mind, and think from the starting of the day. Like my day starts at 6 a.m. if and it went off on 12 a.m. At the night, for example. So in the whole day, from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. or the 11 p.m., what I have done throughout my day.
Ah,
Self analysis is very important. And you will come to know that these are the positive things I have done. Yeah, these are the positive things I came across. And these are the negative things even I have done, or even these are the negative influences I have gone through. So in that case, you will see the chart, the balance, that your where it is going. Uh, Either you are into the positive side or on the negative note. So once you got those things into your mind, now the positive and negative is your side. So at that time, just try to जो पॉजिटिव थिंकिंग है उसको अपने माइंड पर, जैसे हम कहते हैं ना, हावी होने दे,
ah,
उसको बढ़ा ले. सेल्फ मोटिवेशन, सेल्फ एप्रिसिएशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. आई फील इट इज नॉट अबाउट गेटिंग कि
ah,
अहंकार आ जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. जैसे कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर चलिए मैं अपने आप में ही बोलती हूँ, मैं आज जैसे मैंने कहीं लेक्चर दिया या मैंने कुछ अच्छा आज ड्रेस पहना, तो मैं रात को सोते वक्त ये सोचूं, आज मैं बहुत अच्छी लग रही थी, हाँ मुझे कल इससे भी ज्यादा अच्छा लगना है. या मैंने आज बहुत अच्छा बोला, मुझे कल इससे ज्यादा बोलना, मैंने वहां कमी कर दी. तो ये जब मैं करके सोऊंगी, तो नेक्स्ट डे के लिए आई एम ऑल सेट. मुझे
correct.
पता है वेयर मैं कहाँ पीछे कल छूटी थी, मुझे आगे इससे ज्यादा बढ़ना है. तो जब हम अपने आप को इस तरह से बना लेते हैं, अपने लाइफ
Right.
के पैटर्न को ऐसा बना लेते हैं, तो आपका जो लाइफ है वो अपने आप ही एक डिवाइन उसमें चलता है. एंड यू आर ऑन दैट पाथ कि आपको आपकी डेस्टिनी क्लियर दिखने लग जाएगी, कि जब
Ah,
आई एम डूइंग एवरीथिंग राइट 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 राइट, तो डेस्टिनी विल बी राइट फॉर मी. तो जब
correct.
नेगेटिव थॉट नहीं है, तो नेगेटिव स्ट्रेस नहीं है. जब
Ah,
देर इज नो स्ट्रेस, नो डिप्रेशन, नथिंग एल्स, योर पर्सनैलिटी विल कम आउट बी अ कॉन्फिडेंट पर्सन.
true. Very true. Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Aparna ji. And I am sure these talks and this discussion will be really beneficial for the audience here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Adi Guruji. Even I'm also feeling so blessed talking to you. Thank you.